English Story Times, Book 2, Story 4. The back left burner. Line 1. We are looking at the top of the stove. Top of the stove. We are looking at the top of the stove. Question. What are we looking at? Looking at. What are we looking at? We're looking at the top of the stove. Line 2. This stove has 4 burners. 4 burners. This stove has 4 burners. How many burners? Question. How many burners? How many burners does this stove have? Does this stove have? How many burners does this stove have? This stove has 4 burners. Line 3. Bigger and more expensive stoves. Bigger and more expensive stoves have 6 burners. Have 6 burners. Bigger and more expensive stoves have 6 burners. What do bigger and more expensive stoves have? And more expensive stoves have. What do bigger and more expensive stoves have? Bigger and more expensive stoves have 6 burners. Okay, line 4. To use a burner, we turn on the gas, and then the burner lights electrically. To use a burner, we turn on the gas and then the burner lights electrically. Question. How do we use a burner? Use a burner. How do we use a burner? To use a burner, we turn on the gas and then the burner lights electrically. Line 5. After we turn on the gas, the burner is lit. The burner is lit. After we turn on the gas, the burner is lit. Question. What happens after? What happens after we turn on the gas? We turn on the gas. What happens after we turn on the gas? After we turn on the gas, the burner's lit. 6. We obviously turn off the gas. Turn off the gas. When we are finished using a burner. We obviously turn off the gas when we are finished using a burner. Question. When do we turn off the gas? Turn off the gas. We obviously turn off the gas when we are finished using a burner. Line 7. In this picture, only the back left burner is lit. Left burner is lit. In this picture, only the back left burner is lit. Question: which burner is lit? Which burner is lit? Which burner is lit? In this picture, only the back left burner is lit. Line 8. We cook food in pots, on the stove. We cook food in pots on a stove. Where do we cook food? Cook food. We cook food in pots on a stove. Line 9. We fry eggs in a frying pan on a stove. We fry eggs in a frying pan on a stove. How do we fry eggs? We fry eggs in a frying pan on a stove. Reading out loud goal. Okay. We're looking at the top of the stove. This stove has 4 burners. Bigger and more expensive stoves have 6 burners. To use a burner, we turn on the gas and then the burner lights electrically. After we turn on the gas, the burner is lit. We obviously turn off the gas when we are finished using a burner. In this picture, only the back left burner is lit. We cook food in pots on a stove. We fry eggs in a frying pan on a stove.